You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5ElectronicsInc.com. That's System5ElectronicsInc.com.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! What's happening? Yeah, what's up, baby? Thank you so much for joining your boy today on the Doug Stewart Show. I really do appreciate it. I say it all the time. Bring it back one more time. Bring it back one more time. Ow! Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up, ATL? What up, world? It's the Doug Stewart Show, Wild Out Wednesday. Shouts out to anybody that's new listening to the show for the first time. Appreciate you joining me. And trust me, you're going to have a good time. We have a great time. Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Doug Stewart Show. That's right, the Doug Stewart Show. Doug Stewart, one half of the world-famous Two Live Stews. My brother's retired right now, but I continue the legacy, and I continue the pressure on lame-ass, weak-ass sports talk radio. Yes! oh, boy. All right. So what we're going to talk about today, man, a couple little stories out there. Nothing real big. I guess it's kind of big based on how you look at it, but we're going to talk about Aaron Hernandez. The verdict on his murder trial might come down today. The NCAA officials that officiated the other night's national championship game, they said they blew it. In effect, they said they blew it. Tiger Woods is in the news. Tiger said he's ready. I don't know about that. LeGarrette Blount just can't get right. He can't get right. Oh, LeGarrette Blount can't get right. LaShawn McCoy's in the news. DMX is in the news. All of those things are in the news, man. So we can hit them today. The way to reach the show and to get in contact with the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But the easy way to be totally interactive, because this is the most interactive show in America, not just sports talk, the most interactive, the most fan-friendly show in America, all right, is go to Spreaker.com. First, you need to download the Spreaker app. If you haven't done that, you need to do that. Download the Spreaker app. Also, download the Doug Stewart Show app from the App Store. But in the Spreaker app, if you follow the show, there's this little interactive chat room type thing, a little chat bubble, a little illustration of a chat bubble like from a cartoon, from a comic book. So click on that and then join all of the Stewies in the chat room and be totally interactive. Speaking of which, shouts out to Mocha Bella, Vince Wright, Rail Scott, Junga Brother, That Ninja, Sly Ty, Texas Ty. Shouts out to all of y'all, man, already in the chat room. Griff, Leon, Harvey Scott, King Fitty, Rough Buff. What up? Shouts out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for being totally interactive. All right, so what else are we going to do? Oh, we do birthdays every day. If you're new to the show, we do birthdays every day. Give shouts out to everybody who's got a birthday. So if you're listening to the show and you'd like for me to shout you out on the Doug Stewart Show, which is worldwide. The Doug Stewart Show is worldwide. If you'd like to get a shout out, let me know in the chat room or email or whatever, and I'll shout you out. But we also talk about celebrity birthdays, athletes, entertainers. And today, the great Biz Markie has a birthday. Happy birthday to the Biz. Nobody beats the Biz. Biz Markie turns 51 years old today. Wow. Biz Markie turns 51 years old today, man, and for people, young people, hip-hop is right up my wheelhouse. I graduated high school in 1988, and that was the golden era of hip-hop, in my opinion, okay? That's when you had Eric B. and Rakim, you had, Run DMC. Like, it had been around since the early 80s. When Rapper's Delight and all of those other songs, Africa Bambaataa and all of them. But the golden age where it really started to hit worldwide and where it got some commercial appeal, and then you had Rap City, Yo MTV Raps and shows like that, was the late 80s. So that's right up my wheelhouse. So today what we're going to do is in honor of the great Biz Markie, who had the hit song, Just a Friend, You are what I need. That song? We're going to celebrate, and we're going to talk about the top 5 old school, lighthearted rap songs. I know it's a long-ass title, but it makes sense. Trust me. And so what I'm going to do is play some music. What we're going to do as a show on the Doug Stewart Show is we're going to play some music for each one of the nominees or each one of the songs of the artists that made my list of top 5 old school, lighthearted rap songs. You get it? These are lighthearted rap songs. So we're going to do that today. Have some fun with that. I guess congratulations are in order for Gino Auriemma. And the Connecticut Huskies, the Lady Huskies, as Auriemma wins his 10th national title last night as they defeat Notre Dame 63-53, man. And congratulations. Now, I didn't watch 2 minutes of it, but congratulations are in order, okay? Here's my question about, and if you're an old school Two Live Stews listener, you probably remember, I'm just not a fan of women's college basketball. I'm just not. Women's basketball, period. To me, it's just hard. It's just hard to have the same passion and give it the same, respect is a harsh word, but I'm going to go with it. Respect as I do watching men. It's just not, the product isn't as good as the men. So I have issues with translating that to women. No offense to women, but it's hard for me to watch, women bounce around a basketball the size of a tennis ball. And, no athleticism really. And it's okay. So congratulations to the women. Here's a couple questions I got, though. Why is it? Okay, here you go. Damn it.
I'm going to talk. Good morning.
Good morning.
Again.
This is Tree, my producer on the Doug Stewart Show. Now, listen, I'm not a sexist. I've been accused of being a sexist before, and I've been accused of being sexy before, but I'm not a sexist, okay?
What would you call it? I mean, even just bouncing. Who said they're not bouncing around? They work out.
No, that's fine. That's fine, Tree. What I'm saying is there's a lot of sports I don't like. It's not just women's basketball. I don't like hockey, really. I don't like lacrosse. I mean, what's the difference?
It's okay that you don't like it, but the way that you are speaking about it is very chauvinistic. You sound like why don't you go try out for an episode of Mad Men? You sound just like those people.
I don't like women's basketball.
This is not 1960, Doug.
So I'm supposed to like women's basketball because you say I should, Tree? I mean, I'm just asking a question. I mean, this is the realest sports talk show in America where we give real opinions. And people that work for the puppet factory, that's part of their job, so they have to report on it, okay? I'm giving you an opinion, all right? This is my show. In a sports talk radio show, we give opinions. My opinion, I don't really like women's college basketball because of a lot of the obvious reasons. So here's a couple questions I got. Go ahead, Tree. What are you going to say?
No, I'm not going to stay here, but you are entitled to your opinion. But you realize that women listen to the show, and we're not asking you to like it bouncing around.
I love women.
Okay.
I absolutely love women. I love my wife. Yeah, I love women. I love my mama. I love my aunties. I love all of them, okay? But I don't particularly like women's college basketball. Why does it seem like, here's the question I was trying to get to, why does it seem like that there's like 3 or 4 good women's college basketball teams in America? Like, I don't understand that. Why does it seem like that there's 3 or 4, once again, good women's college basketball teams in America ever since I can remember? And once again, I don't watch a lot of it. I definitely wasn't paying attention to it in the mid-'80s, early 70s. But that's what it seems like. Also, why does it seem like all the best high school basketball players, women's basketball players, always go to Uconn? Why do they always go to Uconn? And I've talked about this before. I don't get why, a lot of the programs that are in some of these, desired places to live aren't better in athletics. Because if I was a younger person, I'd like to go play, in a city or in a nice warm weather town. Like, how does Auriemma, how the hell you say his name, how does he recruit the best high school women's basketball players in America to come to, Hartford, Connecticut? Or one of those little towns in Connecticut? As opposed to them going to play in Miami. I don't get that. And do you think Gino could do this with the men? Do you think if he were a men's college basketball coach, like right now, if he just says, man, I'm going to go and see what I can do with some men in college basketball, do you think he'd be this dominant? These are just questions I got. or you remember when Michael Cooper used to play for the Lakers. Remember Michael Cooper used to coach in the WNBA? and Bill Leitner coaching the WNBA. Why don't they get opportunities in the NBA? Like, is it like coaching women's basketball? Is that like a total different thing? Like, I don't get it. A lot of things about women's basketball, college basketball in particular, talking about this national championship game last night, kind of confused me. I don't know. I'm country as hell, too, now. I try to be progressive, and Tree always tells me, you need to try this and that, but I am country as hell. And so a lot of this type of stuff, man, I don't know. I just be asking questions. I don't know. I mean, do you like women's college basketball? Like, if a good episode of, Sanford and Son was on at the same time last night, would you watch Sanford and Son, or would you watch the Women's National Basketball Championship? I'm just asking. Don't go away, the Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it, and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And coming in at number 5 on my list of top 5 lighthearted rap songs from back in the day is Whistle, I'm Only Blugging. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. And so we're talking about top 5 lighthearted hip-hop songs of all time, old school hip-hop songs of all time, in honor of the great Biz Markie, who turns 51 years old today. This is a Wild Out Wednesday. You can give me a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But the way to go, once again, is the chat room. And everybody's in the chat room, and I see some people are pissed off at me. I don't know why y'all pissed off at me. I mean, I'm giving you an honest opinion. And if you're just joining me in the last segment, I said I'm not a fan, and I've said this for many, many years, and I guess it might be shocking to Tree because this is the first time she's heard it. But I'm not a fan of women's college basketball, and trust me, I'm not the only one. I'm probably one of the only people in this industry, because I make the rules here and I do what the hell I want, that are able to say it. And it's no offense to women athletes or whatever, but here's the thing. Women's college basketball, women's basketball in general, in comparison to the men, in which we watch, day in and day out, year in and year out for my entire life, is just so different. It's boring. I mean, and that's the best way to put it. It's boring. Like, women's basketball is like watching the Utah Jazz. And I don't like watching the Utah Jazz. And I guess I'm talking about the Utah Jazz and the style of basketball that they play and these teams that do these pick and rolls all day long. And it's just very like Wisconsin, okay? Which probably isn't the best way to put it, because Wisconsin actually does have some athleticism about themselves. But the point I'm trying to make is this. It's boring basketball. The same reasons I don't like watching the Utah Jazz, the same reasons I don't like watching certain teams in college basketball for the men is the same reason why I don't like watching women's basketball in general. Okay? It's hard to go from watching Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, dunk from the free throw line, to watching pick and roll all day. Right, it is. And I mean, once in a while, like, you'll get a Brittany Griner or somebody like that, which is an anomaly, and she'll come and she'll make a little dunk, but it's not really a dunk. It's kind of like a play fake dunk. And it's, what? I see that 30 times a night in the NBA. So in comparison, to what I'm used to watching, I find women's basketball uninviting. It's as simple as that. And what, Tree? What? What,
See
Tree?
how nice that was?
Huh?
See how nice you did that? And I'm not trying to change you. You know.
I mean, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
That's not even my desire, but that was so nice the way you said that.
But that's the exact thing I said earlier. I guess I just clarified
you
it.
said bouncing.
I said bouncing? What do you mean bouncing?
You said they're bouncing around, and immediately when you say things like that, I automatically,
First of all,
programmed.
First of all, I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying anything about bouncing, and if I did, what was it in reference to? Them bouncing the ball?
No, you said women bouncing around the court.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay, you know I'm going to, okay.
I didn't say
cool.
that. I didn't say that. And don't you take the first segment and doctor it to make it say what you think that I said. I didn't say anything about bouncing. Well, why would, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And I am going to read a lot of your chat. I am going to read chat that's also critical of me. That's fine. That's fine. I'm a big boy. Okay, that's fine. Or whatever. Okay, that's cool. Aaron Hernandez's lawyer acknowledged Tuesday for the first time that his client was at the scene of a killing and saw it happen, but he described Hernandez to jurors as a kid who simply did not know what to do. Yeah. Here's the crazy thing about this case, man, in this Aaron Hernandez trial, is like I really think it's a coin toss of whether this dude's going to walk or not. Because in what I've been reading and what I've been hearing, the defense or the prosecution really hasn't made a legitimate case to why dude would do this. And I guess at the end of the day, you don't have any physical evidence. You got he say, she say, the other two guys that are on trial or that are going to go on trial with him for this murder that were there at the time. They're saying that he did it. Hernandez is saying that they did it. Why would Aaron Hernandez, once again, kind of like this DMX story, why would Aaron Hernandez kill a man and he just signed a very lucrative multi-million-dollar deal to play football? It doesn't make sense. Now, everything, the scenario, what he's accused of, some of the facts of the case that have come out, and also when you add into it that he's already shot a guy in the face, and then you add into it that he's got another trial pending for a couple of other murders, you say to yourself, I mean, he had to have done this, right? But they can't really prove it, and all it takes is one person on that jury to say, not guilty. It's not proven that he did it. It's a reasonable doubt. Can they get one person on that jury to say, I'm not sure the dude did this? Yeah. Now, it seems like that he did it. But then at the same time, you say to yourself, why would he do it? And then that's what the jurors are going to have to ask themselves, man. I think this guy might walk. He's got the best lawyers money can buy. And we've seen this before with many, many high-profile cases in the past. And I think this guy might walk. I think this guy might walk on this, man. And I saw and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I saw the Roger Cossack guy this morning on the Puppet Factory, and he was kind of uncertain himself. And he watches this stuff day in and day out, so he's seen all the particulars of the case, and he's unsure. Boy, it's crazy. And Hernandez's girlfriend, Shanae Jenkins, she went up on that stand, and she told a good story in his behalf. She don't know nothing. She didn't see nothing. She didn't hear nothing. She don't know a damn thing. And that's kind of worked on his side in his favor as well. What are your thoughts on this, man? Do you think this guy's going to walk? Do you think Aaron Hernandez, former tight end, NFL tight end for the New England Patriots, is going to walk? Do you think he's going to get off? Because to me, clearly, he did it. But the same second that I say that, the other part of me says, why would he do it? Well, he's an outlier. He's a guy that's done something so stupid, one of the stupidest things we've ever seen an athlete do in the history of the world. But he did it. No, we can't definitively say that he did. We weren't there. They don't have no gun. They don't have any evidence, really. All they got is some video with some circumstantial evidence. That's really all that they have. They don't really have anything else. What are your thoughts, man? Hit me in the chat room on Spreaker.com and tell me what you think. You think this guy's going to walk, or do you think that you think he's going to fry? And even, I heard them mention this morning, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, even if he beats this case, he's not going free. Like, he's not going back to his house. If he beats this case, they're going to shuffle his ass off to another jail in preparation to stand trial for the other couple of murders that he's accused of. Yeah, so he's not going to hit the streets, but incredible stuff, man. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, man, I'm going to read some of your chat. And also, we're going to talk about how the officials blew it the other night in the national championship game. And we'll continue with the top 5 lighthearted, old-school hip-hop songs of all time. Oh, yeah, we got to do birthdays, too. Yeah. All right, so 404-382-0338. Hit me in the chat room. I'm going to read some chat when we get back. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
And we getting a lot of chat because Tree made a comment and used the term have sex raw. And just like you cavemen dudes that listen to this show, y'all eating that up.
If you're going to say it right. It's ride raw.
Ooh. Okay, see that, Tree? You can't do that. William Mack, I'm torn on whether or not to nominate Dwight Howard for garnishing his baby mama's bank account for violating a gag order. She was wrong for mentioning his name on that bootleg show, but come on, man. That's the mother of your child? Yeah, and I read the story, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And it does seem very petty. Dwight's got $1 gazillion, and this chick clearly is just trying to keep her name relevant so that she can continue to get roles on reality shows.
I mean, we talked about this before, and you all jumped on the woman when she ain't trying to work. She's trying to work. Okay?
But she broke the rule. She broke the agreement, Tree. She can get a job. I mean, I guess it'd be less. It'd be harder for her to get a job if she doesn't intermingle Dwight Howard conversation into the talk.
What kind of job can she get that's going to accommodate the lifestyle that he created for her?
Oh, here you go.
Hey, welcome to Chick-fil-A.
What Chick-fil-A it is then? She not attached to dude anymore.
She is forever attached to dude because she rode raw.
Okay, now you really just playing with the people in the chat room and the listeners' emotions. Okay, you know they just pervs like that and they like to hear you talk dirty. You didn't have to go there again 3 times a day on the show.
Yes, you once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Sports Talk. Straight, no chaser.
What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Wild Out Wednesday. And coming in at number 4 on my list of most lighthearted rap songs, old school of all time, is the Humpty Dance. Coming in at number 4. So just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty. And else with an umpty. Hey, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. And talking about the top 5 old school hip-hop lighthearted songs of all time in honor of the great Biz Markie, who turns 51 years old today. Biz Markie is getting old, which means that I'm getting old because he's right up my wheelhouse. Also, John Schneider. You know who John Schneider is, right? John Schneider, 55 years old today. Luke Duke. Dude, them Dukes. Yeah, the great Luke Duke. Bo and Luke Duke, the blonde-headed one. John Schneider is 55 years old today. Dean Norris. You know who Dean Norris is? Dean Norris is the guy that plays Hank, Walter White's brother-in-law, Hank. Yeah, Hank Walters. And I didn't talk about this on yesterday or on Monday or Tuesday, but I just completed, and I tweeted about this weekend, so if you follow me on Twitter or on Facebook, you saw me comment about this. But I've been watching Breaking Bad, and everybody had been telling me how this is the best series made in the history of the world. I even had some dudes tell me that it's better than The Wire. And I'm very late because I think the season or the series concluded like in 2012, I think. So I'm very late, but I did like binge watching. I've been binge watching Breaking Bad for the last couple of weeks. And I just finished season 4 of Breaking Bad. My gosh. Well done. Well done, Breaking Bad. Oh, face off.
Wasn't that so amazing?
That was amazing. This is some amazing TV. I have really, really, really bought into what everybody was telling me about this show. And it's strange because I think I kind of take some credit away from network TV shows because I don't think they have the liberties that they do on cable. And was it AMC or A&M? A&E?
It's AMC, and
AMC.
they are the truth.
Yeah, they the truth, and they use some cuss words, and they're very graphic. So it's kind of cable-ish, but not cable. And fantastic. The last episode, I mean, it's cool to talk about it now after the fact, 3-4 years later, right? So
Well,
the last episode, man, on season 4, where Gus gets half of his face blown off, was unbelievable. I mean, like, this had a lot of shocking moments and a lot of cliffhangers on this show, but that just took it to the next level, man. Just incredible writing, fantastic acting, and I'm right in the middle of season 5 right now, man, and it's great. I'm giving them credit. They have climbed my chart. This Breaking Bad series, they've climbed my chart immensely. And I always talk about The Wire and Game of Thrones and Dexter and Oz and all of those series, man. Breaking Bad, and it's not finished yet. I'm almost finished. It's ranking real high up there as far as my favorite series of all times, man. Just fantastically written. I mean, a great plot, a fantastic plot. The guy, long story short, the guy, Walter White, dying of cancer and decides he needs to make some money to support his family when he's gone, and he decides to sell meth. Yeah, in this little town in New Mexico. So it's a great, great series, man. And shouts out to Breaking Bad. Shouts out to Breaking Bad. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Let me read some of this chat here on the Doug Stewart Show. A little bit later in today's show, we're going to talk about the officials blowing it the other night in the NCAA championship game. We also talked about Aaron Hernandez. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think he's going to beat this rap? And also, man, I guess you could call it, I was critical of women's basketball earlier. I'm just giving you an honest opinion. I think it's boring in relative terms to what I'm used to watching basketball. And this is equal opportunity, right? We equal opportunity opinion givers on this show, all right? And I don't like women's basketball. I actually like, just to prove that I don't really have a sexist bone in my body. I'm just a guy that keeps it real, sometimes too real. I actually like women's tennis better than men's tennis. I do. I like women's tennis better than men's tennis. Maybe a lot of it has to do with I like the Williams sisters, but they've been dominant, and I love watching them play. I do. I love women's track and field. I cannot wait to watch the 100, 200, and 400 meter when the Olympics roll around in women's. Just as much. I like women's track and field, and I'm talking about the sprint races. I like women's track and field just as much probably as I do like men's track and field. Women's basketball is boring. Once again, it's like watching the Utah Jazz of yesteryear play, and it's just not intriguing to me. From Leon, summertime. Vince Wright, parents just don't understand. Talking about the top 5 lighthearted, old-school hip-hop songs of all time. My man Rough Buff, Bismarck still have the food stamp trying to spend it. What? Don't say that. And not only, and I got Bismarck on my list here coming up in a second, but most of these songs, well, I'm looking at this list right now, and most of these songs are kind of like one-hit wonders as well. The artist really didn't do anything after these songs hit, like Whistle, Buggin', and that's from like 35 years ago. They didn't do anything after that. Humpty Dance, I guess technically Digital Underground with Humpty Dance, that's a one-hit wonder, but it was a big song, lighthearted, funny. In the video, the dude had the big-ass nose. But Bismarck has had a couple of hits. I would consider hits. He didn't just have, Just a Friend. He had Pickin' Boogers, Bismarck Going Off. And Pickin' Boogers, man, that's my song. You play Pickin' Boogers in the club and see if the club don't go off. You play it. Pickin' Boogers right now. If you play Pickin' Boogers in the club right now, a lot of the young people may be like, what the hell is this? But the old school crowd, oh, man, we going crazy. The great Pickin' Boogers. Leon went to a party at University of Maryland and college. Biz turned it out. Miss Mocha Bell, I want to give a baller to Westbrook for giving the young mother his car that he won for being MVP in the All-Star game. That's nice. I want to give him a ball award for that, too. That's good stuff, man. From Togo, Uganda, Doug getting chewed out. She giving you that work? No, she ain't. Talking about Tree. Niner for life, Brazil volleyball, ninja, laugh out loud. Yes. I'd rather watch women's volleyball than I would rather watch women's basketball. Yes. That's a sport I can respect. That ninja. No, it wasn't Leon. I don't know what he's talking about. Younger brother, Doug, Tree out of control, laugh out loud, Sluggo. The assistant coaches of both benches make women's college basketball fantastic. James Cooper, Ronald Cameron, children's story, lighthearted. That's right, yeah, by the great Slick Rick. That ninja, I don't watch it either, Tree. Kind of boring. Now, volleyball on the other hand, yeah, see the fellas? And that's, Tree, jump on the microphone for a second, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We love all the ladies. Like Doug Stewart love the ladies, okay? I do. But you got to remember, Tree, don't take this stuff personal. I love that you give a nice woman's touch to the show, but this is a guy show. Yes!
Thank you for the PSA. May I get back to work now?
That's right. It's a PSA to all you women in the chat room and that are listening to the show. Don't take offense to this. This ain't nothing but healthy guy conversation. Don't take offense. From Eugene Jackson, just watched the South Carolina police shooting 8 shots to a man running away from the police. You call this justice? Bullish. Yeah. And you've seen the story. A guy in Charleston, actually, my neck of the woods. That where this actually happened out at, for people that are listening from my area, happened in Remount Road in Charleston. I've been there 1,000 times. 1,000 times. And it's crazy. My mother, when the police said that they were going to charge the cop with murder, and you've seen the story, I'm taking for granted most of you have seen the story. When the police late yesterday evening, said that they actually were going to charge the cop for murder, unlike what we've seen in a lot of other of these cases over the last couple of years, my mother started telling me details of it, and I went and jumped online and read the story. You do know that before the video surfaced, clearly showing the guy running away and the cop shooting him in the back, shooting 8 shots at him. I think he hit him like 6 times. The cop was claiming that the dude was wrestling for his gun. You do know that, right? Where have you heard this before? Where have you heard this before? You shot a man in the back running away. They didn't even do that in the Westerns. And shot the man in the back and killed the man right there on the spot. Put the dude in cuffs while he was dying. No CPR. Another cop runs up on the scene. I said I really wasn't going to get into it, man, because, that's not really the focus of this show. But we talk about anything, and so if you bring it up in the chat room, we'll obviously talk about it. But I don't want to. It's so early right now in the story. Obviously, we're going to talk more about it down the road. Rough Buff. I got 5 on it. Slick Rick Lottie Dottie. Curtis Blow Basketball. I Get Around. KRS-One. Leon, that was pretty sexist, Doug. That ninja, wow, Doug. Grego, women's volleyball is a favorite. William Mack, the Brazilian female athletes are awesome. Give me Brazilian volleyball and some jerk. Oh man, come on. Come on, man. Give me Brazilian volleyball and some jergens and I'm good?
Isn't this for the people, Douglas?
Freaking perverts.
Let that man have his opinion and his lotion.
Yeah, definitely. See there? See? And Tree always egging stuff on. She's always inciting a riot. She is. Scotty, I don't enjoy missed layups, multiple turnovers, push jump shots, and women with Stevie Wonder praise. Yeah, he just highlighted some of the things, the glaring issues that I have with women's college basketball. A gazillion missed layups, scrambling on the floor with turnovers, jump shots like they're shooting from the 1930s, and a lot of the chicks that'll put you in a headlock and squeeze the life out of your ass. Yes! I just can't do it. All right, when we get back from the break, thank you, my man, James or Scotty. Thank you. You're right. Let's keep it real. Once again, no offense to women's basketball. Do what you do. Shouts out to you. All women athletes. I have a problem with women athletes. That's crazy to think that. When we get back, we'll talk about how these officials messed it up, and I'll read more of your chat. This is the Doug Stewart Show. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
So, I'm probably 6. So, Jesse Bryant rolls by, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He rolls by in his truck, and for some reason, something in my mind says, pick up a rock and throw it at Jesse. And I hit his truck. And not only did I hit his truck, it was a damn good throw and aim because it hit his windshield and it cracked his windshield. So he stops and jumps out of the truck. I don't think anybody saw me, but he jumps out and Isaac, so your grandson hit my truck with a rock. They had a little conversation. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. And sure enough, my grandfather walks up and sees this nick on the windshield. And Jesse rolls away, and I know I'm in trouble. My daddy not around, my mother not around, and my grandfather reaches down, and this is God is my witness. Strike me down right here. My grandfather reaches down and pulls off a branch from a rose bush. Yes, just drags his arm and pulls off the leaves. Thorns are still applied to said switch. You get your ass whooped with a switch is bad enough, but a thorny switch? Oh my gosh. So he commences to busting my ass with a thorny switch. Yes. And you know I was marked up from head to toe. Now, that's probably child abuse. Not saying that what Adrian Peterson didn't do was child abuse either, but that was child abuse. That's a deadly weapon. And this is no lie. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show.
The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but a year to make love, she wanted you to wait? Let me tell you a story of my situation. I was talking to this girl from the U.S. nation. The way that I met her was on tour at a concert.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show.
I just got on stage to perform.
And coming in number 3 on the list of top 5 lighthearted hip-hop songs of all times is the guy who this category is named after, the great Biz Markie. You got what I need. Shouts out to Biz Markie. Turns 51 years old today. I'm reading some of your chat. Talking about women's basketball. I'm not a fan at all. No disrespect to the ladies, but I'm not a fan at all. And I see a lot of people in the chat room aren't fans as well. You can give me a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And this segment is brought to you by System 5 Electronics. I had to grab the paper. I'm sorry. System 5 Electronics, they're proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems featuring smart solutions, man. Smart solutions is like all the little things that really help and tie into the alarm system and makes it easier and smart, like cameras and all of that type of stuff, man. That's smart solutions. So you can get the hookup, man, and get your alarm system going in your house for as low as $16.50 per month, all right? They've been around for over 25 years. A fantastic company, System 5 Electronics. If you want to check them out online at system5electronicsinc.com. The thing about it is this. If you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show and you hook up with System 5 and you got an issue of any kind of issue, you ask to speak to the owner. Me and the owner are boys. We down like 4 flat tires. We go back like car seats, okay? And that guy's name is Mr. Maceo Brown. Yeah. Ask to speak to Maceo, and he will take care of any problem that you ever have. You're probably not going to have any problems, but you ask to speak to Maceo, and if you do, and he'll take care of it. So once again, that's System 5, the number 5, electronicsinc.com. So controversy over the officiating in Duke's 68-63 national championship win over Wisconsin continued Tuesday when the NCAA supervisor of officials said the game's 3 floor officials did not see the same angle as TV viewers during a late controversial video. And you know what we're talking about. That was the Justice Winslow play. And basically they're saying they didn't see, I guess they went back and they saw the view and the tape that everybody in America saw that was slowed down where it appeared that Justice Winslow's middle finger bent, thus touching the ball, even though the trajectory of the ball didn't really change. So on the floor, they made the call that it was Duke's ball, that he didn't touch it. So it was very confusing, but there was one angle that everybody in America saw that they're saying they didn't see, which is bad business. I don't know how that could happen in 2015. How could that happen? And so I know Wisconsin fans are mad as hell. Bo Ryan was spitting fire, talking about the foul calls that were made against Wisconsin in the second half. That's just not a good look, man. That's a horrible, horrible look. And talking about what happened in the national championship game. Would it have made a difference? I believe at that time Duke was up by 4 points. May have even been 6 points. I don't know. I think Duke was the better team. I think they outplayed Wisconsin definitely in the second half. But you hate for anything like that to happen, man. And any further review come out that it could have been handled better. It's just bad. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. From Gregory, from Grego, Deaf Women's Ball. I don't know what that means. William Mack, I turn off the TV and go do some push-ups. Stringer, the Humpty Dance. Ms. Mocabella, give those Connecticut women's props today. We do play sports, Doug. I did give them props. I said congratulations. That's the first thing I did. I said congratulations. And then it kind of morphed into just my opinions in general about women's basketball. I don't think it's exciting. Niner for Life, Tyler Perry movie, or women's college basketball. Only thing on TV. Damn. William Mack, I didn't too much care for women's basketball, but I use it as a tool to teach my son the fundamentals of basketball. The Tennessee and Uconns of the world are good for that. Yeah, obviously they have to use more of the basics and the fundamentals of basketball and women's basketball because they just don't have the athleticism. And it's not their fault. I mean, it's kind of like, God made it that way, that they aren't as athletic as men. So if you want to get mad at anybody, get mad at God. And I don't think that's a wise idea. J.B. Jennings, the assistants on the ladies basketball teams are fine as hell. Vince Wright, Tree going to go nuts today with the anti-women hoops post. James Cooper, women stay in college for 4 years. Women are willing to go to Uconn and sit a couple of years to play, whereas a good make college player would go somewhere else where he could play right away. Yeah, just the whole culture of women's basketball is intriguing because there's so many, and I guess maybe there just aren't that many great women's basketball players because they all go to Duke, and they used to all go to Tennessee. Like I promise you, and I haven't looked at it, and maybe, at some point, maybe not today, we'll research and see. Like in the last 20 years, I'm going to guess, in the last 20 years, Uconn and Tennessee have probably won 14 of the 20 national championships in women's basketball. I'm going to guess that. Between those two programs, you know that UConn's won 10, and most of that, I would believe, is probably under Gino Auriemma in the last 20 years. And you know what Pat Summitt did at Tennessee before she retired a couple of years ago. I'm going to guess 15 out of the last 20 women's national championships in basketball have been won by those two programs. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. And with the men, is so much talent, they don't want to go, even though Kentucky and, Duke and UCLA, they have the best brand name programs of all time. There's so much talent that it spreads out in this competitive basketball, and all of the other schools are competitive. Then you have situations like Florida winning national championships and a lot of other abstract, I guess the best word to use, programs still being very competitive in men's college basketball. Not the case in women. I mean, it's just not the case. You know good and well right now, you can put your house on it that next year, UConn's probably going to win another national championship. Or probably not your house. You know that there's probably right now, because that chick Breanna Stewart's coming back again. She's already won 3 national championships at Uconn. You can pretty much assume, you can bet it's a safe bet that UConn's going to win it all right now. You can bet right now that they're going to win it next year. You can. Alabama King. I'd rather watch 2 flies have sex than watch women's basketball. All right, now, come on now. I mean, y'all just really taking it too far. I didn't take it this far. From Texas Tide, there's 3 good women basketball teams, and there's Connecticut about 3 steps ahead of all of them. Yeah, there's a couple of good women's college basketball teams, and you saw them in the tournament. All number 1 seeds made it this year. I do know that. And so you got South Carolina, you got Notre Dame, and then Baylor's been good over the last couple of years, mostly because of Brittany Griner. And so you got the same, and you knew that they weren't going to beat the top team. Like, you knew good and well when Brittany Griner was at Baylor, that was an aberration as far as those years when she was at Baylor. You knew any team in America, it's weighted so much by a couple of good players. You knew any team in America that Brittany Griner committed to, which just so happened to be Baylor, you knew they were going to win national championships when she was there. She was that dominant. And I guess kind of the same type of thing happened back in the day when Bill Russell played at San Francisco, when Wilt Chamberlain was at Kansas. They were just so far ahead of the rest of the competition, especially in that time, because college basketball was much different than it is now, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You knew good and well that Baylor was going to win multiple national championships with Brittany Griner. Same type of thing with UConn historically. They are going to win it. Yeah, so far in advance, you can bet that they are going to win it, that it's not even funny. It's not. It is not funny. I'm sorry that I'm real. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry that I keep it real and I give you real, honest opinions. Once again, I have to preface everything I'm saying. No disrespect to the women. I love women's tennis. I love women's track and field. Not a fan of women's basketball. Just not a fan. Damn, it's a lot of chat today. All right, we're going to read more chat when we get back. Damn it, it's hour number 2. Damn, the show flies by. Because we passionate around here. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. Hour number 2 coming up. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems. featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice and frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man, not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern. Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. Are you not entertained? Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Wild Out Wednesday. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room, man. I think we're going to break a record today in chat. This is the most fan-friendly, the most interactive show in America. Like, you tell me another show online that posts over 1,000 messages daily. And that's what it's all about on the Doug Stewart Show, man. You kind of like my co-host, my wingmen. Yes, the Stewies. Thank you. I mean, just for the chat alone. I mean, not only do you have exhilarating guy talk and sports talk, but just for the chat alone, like we could do the entire show. Like this is a chat room for men all over America to come in and talk about the issues, sports, beyond, entertainment, guy talk. The chat feature on this show is absolutely unbeatable. Yes! It is. I didn't mention earlier, man, and actually I twisted it up. Somebody corrected me in the chat room. That's why I love the chat. I actually called John Snyder Luke Duke. He wasn't actually Luke Duke. He was actually Bo Duke. Bo and Luke Duke. So he died, or he didn't die. He actually had a birthday. But at the same time, James Best, you know who that was? James Best, the guy that played Roscoe P. Coltrane. I love it. So he just died, man, at 88 years old. And I don't think he even did anything other than the Dukes of Hazzard. But he just passed away as well. So I didn't mention that earlier. I should have mentioned that earlier. R.I.P. to the great Roscoe P. Coltrane. I love it. Them Dukes. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. So we've been talking about Aaron Hernandez. That's the topic of conversation. The verdict on his trial, murder trial, may come down today. NCAA officials said they screwed it up the other night in the national championship game. What else did we talk about? Oh, I gave kudos and congratulations to Gina Auriemma and the Uconn women's ladies basketball team. I gave them some kudos. They won the national championship last night. And then it kind of started going sideways. Because I made some comments that I'm not a fan of women's basketball. And I stand by that. I'm just not. It kind of twisted away, and somebody made a good comment. They talked about how, the women in women's basketball are kind of, what's a good way to put it? They're kind of rough-looking. But that's not across the board. I mean, there's a lot of fine women basketball players. I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, in particular, who comes to mind? That chick, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, that young lady, I guess is probably the better way to put it. Skylar Diggins, she fine as white wine. Yes, sir. Used to play for Notre Dame, now plays in the WNBA. I think she was actually at the game last night, and she's super fine. Who else? Candace Parker. But see, and the problem with Candace Parker, man, is I'm not ever going to date anybody that's taller than me. I had never done that in my life. And Candace Parker, and my wife is kind of tall for a woman. Candace Parker is what, like 6'4", 6'5"? I mean, that's kind of awkward, but I mean, I guess technically she's fine. Candace Parker, that chick Swin Cash, she's fine as hell. I mean, there's a few. You know, I get on my ladder, climb that tree. But, yeah, I mean, there's some beautiful women. That's not across the board that they're, rough and tough. That's not across the board. From rough buff. If Gino was a men's coach, they would Latrell Sprewell his ass. Yeah, Gino Auriemma, his personality, that's probably why he hadn't gotten a job coaching men. And I don't even know if he wants to coach men. Maybe he's just trying to make his legacy coaching these women, which he's done. 10 national championships? That's great. That's fantastic. Stringer, when is the BPA? I want to nominate Plies for getting slammed off stage. Color money. I haven't seen that. Devontae out of rehab. What up, Devontae out of rehab? I think Devontae out of rehab I think he's moonlighting on other days as Stagger Lee. I'm not sure about that. But a lot of his comments are very reminiscent of Stagger Lee. They're very Stagger Lee-ish, if you get what I'm saying. How does Duke keep getting 8 McDonald's All-Americans, Doug? I don't know. That ninja. Leon, most of them are built like refrigerators. That's another thing about women's basketball. They got a lot of big girls, too. But they can shoot. They can shoot threes. Big girls, they can shoot threes, evidently. Scotty, ladies basketball is boring as hell, more boring than baseball. Right. Baseball is boring to me. Right. I talk about sports for a living, but I'm giving you honest opinions. So don't just think I'm some sexist and I'm against women's sports. That's not the case. I'm not a fan of women's basketball, just like I'm not really that big of a fan of hockey and baseball. I mean, I'll watch baseball. I actually follow baseball a lot because I play a lot of fantasy baseball. But, I mean, if I had my choice between watching baseball, Major League Baseball, and you know, any other thing in sports, boxing, basketball, football, anything, golf. I'd rather watch golf than I'd rather watch when Tiger's playing. I'd rather watch a competitive round on Sunday in one of the majors than I would rather watch baseball. I mean, that's just fact. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Like, the same thing to me. This is a great point right here. Like, the fact that I think women's basketball is boring is the same way that I feel about men's college baseball. Like, I don't think I've watched more than 5 minutes of men's college baseball in my life. Same thing. Same thing. And I guess because it's 2015, if you give a hint that you aren't politically correct and just lauding anything that has to do with women, then you're a bad guy. And that could be, it couldn't be anything further from the truth. The same way I feel about men's baseball, college baseball, is the same way I feel about men's or women's basketball. I know that was kind of confusing, but you get what I'm saying. From William Mack, Rel Scott, 5 minutes ago from Android. Oh, damn, that popped up on the screen. Top 5, I think, can beat Mike Tyson, Fresh Prince. I forgot about that one. Just a Friend, Picking Boogers. Tell Your Mom to Mind Her Business. K Solo, Tell Your Mom to Mind Her Business. She's in my business. You remember that? The Gas Face, Third Base. Stringer, Lottie Dottie D. We Like the Party. Lottie Dottie. We Don't Cause Trouble. We Don't Bother Anybody. He had a Slick Rick song. Leon, Those Softball Chicks Ain't Bad Either. KC, Fat Boys, All You Can Eat. Ooh, I forgot about that. Classic. All You Can Eat. Shouts out to the Fat Boys. First the breakup of the Fat Boys, now this. From Chucktown, those ladies are kind of good, Dougie. Yeah, they're good against other women. They are kind of good. They're the best women's basketball players in the world. Vince Wright, Aaron walking like Orenthal, James Simpson, Hernandez. Leon, they say Aaron's other case in Boston is a slam dunk, though, so it doesn't matter if he beats this case. Fat Boy McCoon, he was just in too deep. Leon, BPA to Aaron Hernandez, lawyers for snitching. Gary Joyner, women's basketball is better than golf. Back up to the Leon comment, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, if you haven't been following this Aaron Hernandez case, you do know that his lawyers have acknowledged that Aaron Hernandez was actually present at this murder. They put him at the scene. And I don't think that's good. I've watched a lot of cop shows in my day, and half the time, they're just trying to put the witness or put the person at the scene of the crime. Aaron Hernandez's case is so weak that his attorneys had to come out and acknowledge that, yeah, dude was there when the murders happened. That's not good. I mean, that's good. And the fact that they had to do that lets you know how bad of a case it is for Aaron Hernandez, in my opinion. Yeah, they actually put dude at the scene of the crime. They never do that on the TV shows, man. They never do that. From Jersey Vern, Doug don't like women playing because he can't. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Togo, Uganda. He said bouncing balls like a tennis ball. Yes, that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about bouncing tiggle bitties. Tree said earlier I talked about something sexist in reference to them bouncing, talking about their bouncing memories. I was talking about bouncing a smaller ball. You know, in women's basketball, Tree, they play with a smaller ball. That's what I was talking about.
Someone corrected me.
Do you stand corrected?
Well, someone said that you were referring to tennis balls, but like I said, you guys have me all jacked up over here with all your man cave, man law, man-ish.
I love you too, Tree. I love you too. From Harvey Scott, that's a great comparison, Doug, about women's basketball and the Utah Jazz. It's just boring as hell. William Mack. Back in the day, the Utah Jazz would do basic layups on fast breaks on NBA Jam Live 95. That's funny. I don't know if that's actually the case, if it's true, but that is funny. Yeah. Rough Bucks. Slick Rick the Ruler. Lottie-dottie. We like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more of your chat. I'm just going to read more chat. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. And take your calls. The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
And we getting a lot of chat because Tree made a comment and used the term have sex raw. And just like you cavemen dudes that listen to this show, y'all eating that up.
If you're going to say it right. It's ride raw.
Ooh. Okay, see that, Tree? You can't do that. William Mack, I'm torn on whether or not to nominate Dwight Howard for garnishing his baby mama's bank account for violating a gag order. She was wrong for mentioning his name on that bootleg show, but come on, man. That's the mother of your child? Yeah, and I read the story, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And it does seem very petty. Dwight's got $1 gazillion, and this chick clearly is just trying to keep her name relevant so that she can continue to get roles on reality shows.
I mean, we talked about this before, and you all jumped on the woman when she ain't trying to work. She's trying to work. Okay.
But she broke the rule. She broke the agreement, Tree. She can get a job. I mean, I guess it'd be less. It'd be harder for her to get a job if she doesn't intermingle Dwight Howard conversation into the talk.
What kind of job can she get that's going to accommodate the lifestyle that he created for her?
Oh, here you go.
Hey, welcome to Chick-fil-A.
What Chick-fil-A it is then? She not attached to dude anymore.
She is forever attached to dude because she rode raw.
Okay, now you really just playing with the people in the chat room and the listeners' emotions. Okay, you know they just pervs like that and they like to hear you talk dirty. You didn't have to go there again 3 times a day on the show.
Yes, you once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Sports Talk. Straight, no chaser.
What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you. So they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
Give me a
Ho, you got my funky bus fare. Ho! Ho! Ah! Oh, boy, I'm taking y'all ass back today, boy. Coming in at number 2 in the most lighthearted, old-school hip-hop rap songs of all time comes in my man Frankie Smith, the Double Dutch Bus.
Well, I'll be going. Here it comes. The Double Dutch Bus is on the street. You gotta move off the cop and move your feet.
Yeah! I love that. That takes me back. I'm going to guess, and I'm going to have Tree pull it up for me. I'm going to guess 84, 85. This was pre-golden age of hip-hop. I remember this like I was in middle school. I think I was in middle school. Tree, what year did this come out? And you're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. The number is 44382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com, talking about the top 5 old school, lighthearted hip-hop songs of all time in honor of the great Biz Markie. Today's his birthday. He turns 51 years old, so we're having a lot of fun with that. And so my list right now, as it stands, coming in at number 5. Yes, Tree?
I got to look it up.
Oh, you got to look it up. Okay.
Yes, I was taking a call.
Oh, okay. All right. Buggin'. Buggin' comes in at number 5, Whistle. Number 4 is Humpty Dance by Digital Underground. Number 3, Just a Friend by Bismarck, who this whole list is comprised from. And coming in number 2 is my man Frankie Smith with Double Dutch Bus. Yes. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
What's up, Doug? What's going on, man?
What up? Who is Vern from Jersey?
Yeah, what up, man?
What the deal, Pickle? How you doing?
Man, shit, I'm just chilling, man, checking out the show. That's all. You know, it's all great.
Hey, Vern, I really do appreciate that too, man. I mean, a lot of time I put lead in your ass, but I really do appreciate you listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Vern.
Well, you know, I mean, we go back like, you know, 2 horseshoes and shit. You know, we get thrown all the time. But anyway, man, listen, don't you have a daughter that runs track?
Yes.
I bet you any amount of money she want to play basketball. What you gonna do if she want to play basketball?
I'm going to support her. I'm going to support her. But if I had my choice of going to a women's basketball game that's not my daughter, that my daughter isn't playing in, or going to any other sporting event, just about, I'm going to the other thing. That has nothing to do with my daughter. I'm going to support my daughter in whatever she does. I'm not that big of a fan of the sport. That has nothing to do with each other, Vern. One has nothing to do with the other, Vern.
Okay, well, you know, to me, golf and NASCAR, that sucks. I wouldn't even spend a minute watching either one of them.
But that's fine. That's your opinion.
You know? Yeah. But anyway, man, you know, it's not a woman's thing. You know what it is, man?
What is it?
It's just that you too short and no women be dominating you, you know?
Vern, you can't beat me in no damn... Wait a minute. You can't beat me in no damn game of basketball. What? How much money you got, Vern? Your ass can't even get up and down the damn court, Vern. Whatever. 44382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Talking about women's basketball, talking about Aaron Hernandez, the NCAA championships the other night. They said they blew a terrible call. How about this, man? In the folder, in the file of just can't get right, New England Patriots running back LeGarrette Blount, man, has been suspended without pay for the 2015 regular season opener. A spokesman for the NFL has come out to say, man. Okay, I'm starting to think now that LeGarrette Blount has got a real problem. Dude just got in trouble last year with the other running back, and his name escapes me right now, the running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He just got in trouble last year. He had been in trouble a couple of times before, not just last year, as far as illegal substances or marijuana or whatever, man. This guy gets busted again. And this is kind of probably why, you know, he's always bouncing around from team to team. LeGarrette Blount just cannot get right. And also, man, one other quick little news and note from the world of sports. Byron Scott, if you haven't heard the comments, Byron Scott talked about his Lakers and said that, in effect, he wouldn't want to be in a foxhole with these guys. And clearly, the Lakers suck right now, and Byron Scott has been a part of a bunch of great teams. It's probably hard for dude, man, and maybe he shouldn't have said that to the press about players on his team, but players on his team suck, and a lot of them are exhibiting no heart. They aren't. And Byron Scott, man, just fed up about it and made some comments. He probably wishes he could take him back. But if you heard the comments and the whole he wouldn't want to be in a foxhole with the Lakers, it was kind of lighthearted. He was kind of joking around. It was kind of tongue-in-cheek. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. The team does suck. The team absolutely sucks. And I'm holding two thumbs down. So I ain't mad at Byron Scott, man. A great Laker. Fantastic coach. Has taken who did he take? New Jersey Nets to the championship, man. So the guy is a good coach, fantastic basketball guy, and I'm not mad at him for that. From Vince Wright, remember what happened to Don Imus, Doug? You're going to get shut down. No, I'm not going to get shut down. The Doug Stewart Show. I ain't called nobody no napper-headed hoes. I ain't do nothing like that. I mean, Don Imus, he got what he deserved. I ain't called nobody out their name. You know, no comparison. The statement, I don't like women's college basketball or women's basketball, it has nothing, it's not even in the same family as what Don Imus said, Vince. Redland Kirk, Uconn coach Gino Auriemma criticizes men's basketball, saying the men's game is a joke and outdated, but he can't or won't coach on the college men's level. There's no competition in women's college basketball. Yeah. He, in effect, has a monopoly. He does. I mean, it's the closest thing to a sports monopoly that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Now, you could go back to UCLA winning all those national championships in the late 60s, in the mid-60s, but basketball was different then. And I guess that's probably a good comparison. Like the stage that women's basketball is in right now is probably the same atmosphere of college basketball back during that era of John Wooden. It probably is. So what is that telling you? That women's basketball is 40 years behind the men's? That's not a good look. That's just not a good look. From KC, girls go to UConn because they are definitely going to play in the Final Four and most likely win a national championship. No men's program can say that. No. Your chances are better if you go to Duke and you go to Kentucky. There's a couple of programs like that. They're better, but it's not a definite thing. I mean, hell, Notre Dame almost beat Kentucky the other night. Kentucky did lose to Wisconsin. I just think they're 40 years behind. Niner for Life. Breaking Bad goes down as one of the best shows in history of TV. I 100% agree. And I haven't even finished watching season 5 yet. The last episode, and it's funny, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is kind of interesting is probably a better word. It's kind of interesting because right now, I'm in the middle of season 5, the final season of Breaking Bad, but at the same time, I'm watching the first run of Better Call Saul. And so people that watch the series, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Saul is the attorney for a lot of these guys on Breaking Bad. But Better Call Saul is playing right now as a prequel. So it's funny, last night, the episode of Breaking Bad, and I know this is confusing to people that didn't see the series. Even to people that did watch the series, I'm going back and forth, so it's kind of confusing, so stay with me. Last night, the episode of Breaking Bad that I watched in season 5, like episode number 8, I think it is, 7, episode number 7, I believe, Mike, the hitman / protector of all of these guys, Mike gets killed last night. But in Better Call Saul, it's a prequel, so you're kind of seeing the relationship and how it started between Mike and Saul. And then I'm watching an episode last night where the entire last couple of seasons of Breaking Bad, Mike has been a very prominent figure in the series, and he gets killed last night. And then I'm watching how that whole relationship started with him and Saul from the very beginning. Very, very interesting stuff, man. Great series, man. Fantastic. Once again, kudos. Kudos to Breaking Bad, man. Y'all told me. A lot of people told me, it's like, I'm telling you, man, this Breaking Bad is off the chain. And it is. Writing is fantastic. The dude that plays Jesse, Walter White. I don't know. I wasn't following it at the time when it was live. I know they had to have won many awards, Emmy Awards, and somebody told me that the dude that plays Jesse did. I mean, the acting is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Even the Mike character. The Mike character was real nonchalant. He was a cold-blooded killer and a hustler. But Mike, his character is just so real. It's just so believable, man. And he got whacked last night. Phenomenal. I'm not ready to say it's better than The Wire. That's pretty damn good. And once again, on The Wire and on all those cable series, they got a lot more liberties than they do on Breaking Bad to be more graphic and be more real. But damn, Breaking Bad is pretty damn good. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more of your chat, more fun, and more of my top 5 fun, lighthearted, old-school hip-hop songs coming up. Number 1 coming up. Don't go away, The Doug Stewart Show. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
So, I'm probably 6. So, Jesse Bryant rolls by, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He rolls by in his truck, and for some reason, something in my mind says, pick up a rock and throw it at Jesse. And I hit his truck. And not only did I hit his truck, it was a damn good throw and aim because it hit his windshield. And it cracked his windshield. So he stops and jumps out of the truck. I don't think anybody saw me, but he jumps out and, Isaac, so your grandson hit my truck with a rock. They had a little conversation. I'm like, oh, man, this is bad. This is bad. And sure enough, my grandfather walks up and sees this nick on the windshield. And Jesse rolls away, and I know I'm in trouble. My daddy not around, my mother not around, and my grandfather reaches down, and this is God is my witness. Strike me down right here. My grandfather reaches down and pulls off a branch from a rose bush. Yes, just drags his arm and pulls off the leaves. Thorns are still applied to said switch. You get your ass whooped with a switch is bad enough, but a thorny switch? Oh my gosh. So he commences to busting my ass with a thorny switch. Yes. And you know I was marked up from head to toe. Now, that's probably child abuse. Not saying that what Adrian Peterson didn't do was child abuse either, but that was child abuse. That's a deadly weapon. And this is no lie. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show.
The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. The world's heavyweight champion of Sports Talk Radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Wild Out Wednesday. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Talking about the little stories in the world of sports, as we do every day, obviously. Not a lot of big stuff out there, but we got each other, so I'm reading a lot of your chat. We're also talking about the top 5 old school lighthearted rap songs. I know it's a long-ass title. It's all in honor of the great Biz Markie going off. He turns 51 years old today. And so you remember his song, Just a Friend. You got, that song. So in honor of that, we're talking about the top 5 old school, lighthearted rap songs of all time. Coming in at number 5, Buggin' by Whistle. That's old school. I'm guessing that's probably like 83 or something like that. Number 4, Humpty Dance by what's those guys' name? Digital Underground. Number 3, Just a Friend by Bismarck. Number 2 is Double Dutch Bus. Tree, jump on for a second. I asked Tree to go and research what year Double Dutch Bus came on. I guessed around 84. What year was it?
So it was released in February of 1981. And
81?
It was actually not considered rap. It's like a funk song. It's in the category of funk.
Oh,
and dude wrote
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dude wrote the song. Like he applied to be a bus driver.
Uh-huh.
In the southeastern Philadelphia or Pennsylvania transit system, and they denied him. And you see, the best songs are written off of what we see.
Right.
And he totally wrote this based on stuff that went on in his neighborhood.
That is interesting.
But it was 81.
81. Okay, so, yeah, I guess technically it's not what we would consider rap. Even though he rhymes, he does rhyme in it. 81. So, like, really the start of hip-hop, like, you go back to Africa Bambaataa. I've read about this before. I think, like, the earliest hip-hop songs, Rapper's Delight, they came out like 81, like 80, 81, maybe even 79. But I didn't remember Double Dutch Bus being that early. I thought it was like 84. But, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And, man, you talk about a big song. That was a huge song to a 12-year-old kid in 1981. In 81, I was 12. So
that genre probably wasn't really established yet.
Right,
either.
and that's another thing. Right, that's another thing. It really wasn't established yet. Everybody knows that really the dawn of hip-hop, where the world really recognized hip-hop, was Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang. And then, once again, I said it earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I said it earlier, really the golden age of hip-hop was late 80s. Eric B. Rakim, Slick Rick, Public Enemy, Dougie Fresh, all of them were like late 80s, right in my wheelhouse. Hey, don't forget, man, follow me on Twitter at The Doug Stewart Show or at Doug, the number 2, Live Stews. I already sent out your daily tweet. Retweet that. It's got your lucky numbers, your daily fortune. Retweet that and get some of this stew magic. Yes, sir. And also, don't forget, last night, the chat room was on fire on Facebook, the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. So follow the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group on Facebook, and it's the party after the party. We call it the after party. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, 443-820-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
So what's happening?
T from Huntsville. You don't even have to say your name. What up, baby?
Man, enjoying the show as always, Pepper. Tripping on the topic. Want to get in on the top 5, quote-unquote, light-hearted rap songs of all time?
Yeah. Have a little fun with that today. What you got?
All right, I'll roll with that. Remember, this is my list, man. I'm a little bit younger, so it's going to differ a little bit.
Okay.
Quick shout-out to Jersey Vern being suicidal.
Vern, crazy ass. Go ahead, T. Forget Vern.
All right, man. At number 5, give me Heavy D, the Overweight Lover.
Yeah, classic.
The original Big Man coming out spitting, man. I had that record, that album, hung it up on the wall, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
At number 4, give me Slick Rick, Davy Crockett.
Okay, Davy Crockett. Yeah, classic.
The Wild Frontier. Yeah. That was the ish, I think, elementary school for me, I believe.
Right.
Number 3, give me Houdini, Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. You got a big mouth. Yeah, right. Classic.
That beat was jamming.
Yeah.
And number 2, Special Ed, I Got It Made.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah, beat and lyrics. And number 1 for me, man, I had that album, the same album everybody saw in that movie, Peter Piper by Run DMC.
Yeah.
One of the first raps I learned and performed in school.
Yeah. If they once again another classic where if they play it right now, the party is going off. Peter Piper, Run DMC, classic.
Yeah. Yeah, you can still roll with that song, man. And just like my faith in the justice system and police departments all across this great country, boss, I'm gone.
And he's gone. All right. Yeah, man. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. From Rough Buff. Doug, it is better than The Wire. Stringer, Season 3, The Docs, hurt The Wire when it comes to Breaking Bad. Ooh. So Rough Buff, and you're listening to The Doug Stewart Show, Rough Buff says that Breaking Bad is better than The Wire. I cannot co-sign with that. Now, I will say, and I've said this before, Season 3 of The Wire, the whole Docs plot, it was definitely the least of all the seasons of The Wire. It didn't have all the excitement, all of the killing, all of the intricate stuff going on or whatever with the gangs or whatever. But I think, in being a connoisseur of good TV, I think that they had to do that, or the writers, I think they felt like they had to show that aspect of the whole drug trade in Baltimore and how the drugs actually came in. I think the picture they were trying to paint is this thing is bigger than these young black kids in inner city Baltimore. You know, you talk about the Greeks, and you're talking about this, the drugs were coming in on these ships, and it was a big plot. And I guess they wanted to show that this thing, once again, was bigger than just these characters and these kids on the corner and these young black men in America. And this thing was big, and it was much bigger than them. Thus, they had to show the whole story on how the drugs actually got in Baltimore. I think that's why they decided to do that. David Simon, the writer and director of The Wire. Niner for Life. Breaking Bad goes down as one of the best shows in the history of TV. J.B. Jennings, yeah, Doug, that Breaking Bad was the truth, but it still doesn't beat The Wire. I agree with you. And you're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Grego, I love the Dukes of Hazzard, too, and wanted my horn to sound like that until I got older and realized, yeah. We all love the Dukes of Hazzard. And I remember watching the Dukes of Hazzard one time as a kid, and this is God honest true. And you know, the General Lee had that rebel flag on the top. And me and my brother loved the Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, it was can't miss TV. We couldn't miss it. And we were watching, and I think my old man walked in the room, and he walked back out of the room. He walked back in, walked outside, and he stopped and commented. He stopped and watched for a second. He's like, y'all love this show, huh? And me and my brother like, hell yeah, Dad, we love this show. It's fantastic. Bo and Luke Duke. Yeehaw! Them Dukes. And my old man said something to the effect of, you know they don't love you, right? I think that was his exact quote. You know they don't love you, right? And, you know, whatever year old we were at that time when the Dukes of Hazzard was prominent, you know, we didn't even get it. But it kind of dawned on me after the fact what he was talking about. They probably didn't like us. But we gave their ass great ratings because we were tuned in every week. William Mack, Gustavo Fring with that face-off, bruh. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. The last episode, the season finale in season 4 of Breaking Bad, phenomenal. Vince Wright, brothers more safe in Hazzard County with the Dukes and the General Lee than the rest of the country with these cops. Sadly, that's probably true. Stringer, wait, nothing is better than The Wire. Miss Mocha-Bella, 2 Live Crew, Me So Horny, classic. At some point, I'm going to do a show on the top 5 party songs of all time. And that Me So Horny is probably on the list. A couple of Luke songs. Remember Doodoo Brown? Classic. Rel Scott, the great Roscoe P. Coltrane died yesterday, gone to glory. I mentioned that earlier. Griff, I believe that was Bo, Doug Stew. Miss Mocha-Bella, I think you're right, Griff. Miss Mocha-Bella, Afro Because I Got High. Yeah, I thought about that. That's on my honorable mention. Afro Man, Because I Got High. Digital Underground, the Humpty Dance. Eminem, My Name is Slim Shady. And Vince says, thank God for phone cameras. What is he talking about, phone cameras? Oh, and talking about the guy getting killed in Charleston. Yeah, man. And you know, it's very bad, the whole story in Charleston, the guy getting shot in the back by the cop. The police department's going to, they charge him for murder. The worst thing out of this whole story, man, is that it really shines light on, you know, what may be going on and what's been going on with a lot of these cases. You actually got proof that the cop was lying. And then another part of that as well is he said, the cop picked something up. They're thinking it's his taser because the cop argued that the guy, took his taser from him or tried to take his gun. The cop went back to where it started at, picked up this taser or whatever, some type of device or something, and went back and dropped it by the guy, in effect trying to frame the dude. The dead guy he just shot in the back. So now everybody sees that we ain't just making stuff up. We ain't always making stuff up. Physical proof. Praise God for that dude that had that video camera, man, that camera phone or whatever it was. Praise God!
But wait, shout out to him for not exposing it right away.
Yeah.
Like, for holding it.
Yeah, right.
And dude just really hung himself.
Because the cops saw him. The cops had to have seen him. If you watch the whole video, he had taped for like 9 or 10 minutes, maybe even like more than that. And so it was clear that the cops saw he was videoing him. And I guess they probably just didn't think that he got the whole damn thing.
I think that deserves a Fred Sanford.
Yeah. Disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting. Don't go away. Number 1 song, fun song of all time coming up next, and we'll wrap up today's show. Don't go away, The Doug Stewart Show. This your boy, Doug Stewart, for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area, all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice and frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground. Not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man! Not boiled peanuts! Come on, man! And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern! Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show. wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
Da ha da ha da ha ha ha. So you think you're bad with the well, I'll tell you.
Coming in at number 1, all-time fun, lighthearted hip-hop songs of all time is the Rappin' Duke. Da ha da ha 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 ha.
Sure, I rustled some cattle and tended the sheep, but my main concern was
oh man, this is classic right here.
I don't bother nobody.
The Rappin' Duke comes in at number 1. Top 5 lighthearted hip-hop songs in honor of the great Biz Markie. All right, so there goes my list of top 5 lighthearted songs of all time. Number 5 on my list was Buggin' by Whistle. And I know a lot of young people that are listening to this show that didn't grow up during this era, they've never heard these songs before. But trust me, they were all big. They were all big-time songs. Buggin', number 5 by Whistle. Number 4, Humpty Dance by the Digital Underground. Number 3, Just a Friend by Biz Markie. Number 2, Double Dutch Bus by Frankie Smith. And number 1 is Da Ha Da Ha. Da Ha 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 Ha. The Rappin' Duke. Quickly, man, have y'all heard these comments by Tiger Woods? Tiger Woods says he feels good and that he's been working his ass off. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm one of the biggest Tiger Woods fans that you'll ever meet. One of the biggest on radio, TV, and on the internet. I would not be shocked if Tiger Woods doesn't make the cut. I know. That's blasphemous. But what have you seen from Tiger Woods in recent memory that makes you believe that Tiger's going to make a run at this Masters? I mean, seriously. At some point, we got to come back to life, back to reality, like soul to soul. And I don't expect anything from Tiger at this point, man. Would it be a great story if Tiger Woods could win this year's Masters or even be in the competition for it, in the running for it? Could he be in play on Sunday? That would be a tremendous story if Tiger Woods was like within range, of the leaders on Sunday. That would be fantastic. I'm hoping that happens, but I doubt that it will. As a matter of fact, I don't believe nothing Tiger says. I don't believe a damn thing that comes out of his mouth because he's been for the last couple of years, I feel great. I've worked some things out my swing. And then he bows out. He drops out of the competition. He doesn't play. I hurt this. I hurt that. He starts shanking balls left and right. Then something's hurting all of a sudden. Magically, whenever he starts shanking balls, something's hurting his ass. So Tiger's lost all credibility as far as what he says and how he feels about an upcoming round of golf. Once again, a huge fan, but I just can't take anything this guy says about his golf game at this point. He's got to show me. He's got to do some things that makes me believe that he is actually back and that he's actually going to be competitive. Also, we talked about it yesterday. DMX says that he didn't rob anybody. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He says that's a bold-faced lie. He did not rob that guy that $3,200. He didn't do it. And I believe him. I believe Darkman X. No way that DMX would rob somebody. No way. So he's going to fight that. He's going to fight that, and I absolutely believe him. From Uncle Mike. Doug, you named all the women's booty sports. Maybe I did. Talking about the women's basketball. Chucktown Frank, I went to a game here in Atlanta last year. Lingerie football, unbelievable. If anyone gets a chance, please go see it. Yeah, I've seen that lingerie football, but I really don't have any desire to go see that. Scantily clad women, a lot of them are fine in that lingerie football thing. Miss Mocabella, BPA to all the guys who don't watch women's basketball, including you, Doug. Laugh out loud. All right, I get it. I don't think I'm going to nominate myself, though. J-Rob, Doug, don't alienate the females. That could be money coming out of your pocket in the future. I'm not alienating the females. I'm not. I love women's sports. I love women's sports. Right, I love women's sports. But why is it okay and it's less, I don't know, controversial for me to say I don't like men's baseball or college baseball, but, I'm a bad guy if I say I don't like women's basketball? What's the difference?
Mostly because I'm here, and you're going to respect me while I'm here.
Oh, that's not the case, Tree. I mean, if it wasn't for you, there'd be no me. That's not the case. That's not the case. Yeah, I mean, come on. Just take it for what it's worth. No disrespect. Please don't go back and tell anybody that Doug Stewart is a sexist and he doesn't like women or whatever. There's political correctness and then there's realness. And in this show, we talk realness. A real opinion on women's sports. I didn't just pop this up just out of the blue. And last night, Uconn women won another national championship, so we started talking about women's basketball. I said I'm not a fan. I think it's boring. What? Just like I'm not a fan. I think it's boring in men's baseball, college baseball. What?
And then we somehow end up talking about women playing football in lingerie, Brazilian.
I didn't bring that up.
Volleyball players.
Chucktown Frank brought that up. Somebody else brought up the women Brazilian volleyball players. And no way do I objectify women. No way do I do that. Hell, I was raised by a woman. Miss Mocabella. Oh, I'm sorry, J-Rob. Doug, don't alienate the females. All right, I already read that one. Eugene Jackson. Women's track and field is the best sports to watch on TV. USA versus Africa and Jamaica. Absolutely love women's track and field, man. I mean, I get hype in the Olympics for the 100-meter for the men and the women. I do. Griff, me, myself, and I, De La Soul, Scotty, Bust a Move, Young MC, King 50, Dougie Fresh, and Slick Rick the Show. Yeah, I didn't even mention my honorable mention. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I think I asked you earlier, but are you not entertained? Huh? You know you are. Pass the word. Tell somebody about the Doug Stewart Show, man. The realest, the trillest guy talk show in America. Yes, but we do keep it real. We do give opinions that aren't popular sometimes. But it's all love. It's all love. Y'all know my heart. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what we do around here. We'll do it again tomorrow. Shouts out to you, Tree. Thank you. Thank you, Tree. Tree, when's the last WNBA game you went to, Tree?
I actually interviewed Tamara Young on my show. Okay, and we're going to talk about that.
You didn't answer my question. When's the last time you went to a WNBA game, Tree?
Well, it was a year ago when I did. Shut up.
Yeah, shouts out to you, Waterhead Walter, Gerald Bassan, or Gerald Oliveri, Dwayne Bassan. Shouts out to y'all, man, to make this show happen. I really do appreciate it. And a big shout out to all of the Stewies out there. Yes! For all your interactiveness. Thank you. If you'd like to partner with the Doug Stewart Show, we love to partner with you. We love to promote your brand, your product, whatever that may be. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. See you in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group tonight. Peace.